Okay. An hour and 12 minutes already in. Okay. So the where's this? I'm assuming this is gonna be the domain, I guess. And they're pretty much using. I feel like they're gonna use the same domain they used in the Raiden Shogun character story quest, Part 1. So. I feel like it's gonna be a slightly altered version of that same domain. I think it is. You guys remember the Takasukasa clan played a role in Act 2 Raiden Shogun character story quest. Recommends win. Now, can we play as Kazuha on this one? Yes, we can. And he has the weapon. So, let's check this. Let's take a look at this. Prize Isshin Blade. Level 90. When a normal charged or plunging attack hits an opponent, it will risk an Accursed Spirit, dealing AoE damage equal to 180% of the attack, restoring 100% of the attack as HP. What on earth? That's overpowered as hell. The ominous purple air aura cleans this bizarre blade. It's part of the control wielder's heart and mind. But he looks just perpetually just pissed off whenever he wields it. It's like this normally. Yeah, it's like this normally too.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
All right.
The wind knows me. One with nature. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
Yeah, notice how Kazuha is not taking any damage. Yeah.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
Uh-oh.
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
Maybe he wants to be with you forever, I guess. Maybe he wants to be your permanent signature weapon.
Time to go.
I see. Close the chest. Okay, listen. Ignore that.
Let's get down to business. Into the wind.
So like it's like this. It's kind of wrong, like because Kazuha's whole like gimmick is that he's a master of plunging attacks. So by being really good at plunging attacks and charge attacks, he's literally trying to be just like Kazuha. That's what he means by trying to match Kazuha's fighting rhythm.
Whoa! Something's up with the blade!
It's grown dimmer.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amenoma Yuuya?
It can mentally kill him.
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
Okay, so it's slightly altered. Let's try.
The wind knows me.
Whoa, what was that?
Into the wind. Clouds high, the birds call. The wind knows me.
Yeah, it just restore my HP.
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
It really is. It really looks like it's about to break.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Though the truth is right there in front of him.
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
There they are! Take them down!
Moriyama?
Where do they keep coming from?
You shouldn't fight with this blade anymore.
Yep. We can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Alright.
Time to go. Into the wind.
Wait, what? Kazuha's original blade then? Oh, it's a fill up blade. Okay.
One with nature.
I'm glad they canonized that. It's the weaker version of the Isshin sword, but right now the Isshin sword is useless.
Into the wind.
Let's go.
Fallen leaves.
Adorn my night.
You fought way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Isshin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
I was gonna say.
What?
Yeah, the fillet blade is nothing special.
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power.
The electrovision.
Blade, determination, and desire.
That too.
All these must be aligned in the practice of Isshin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania
And it wouldn't make sense
savagery.
since this blade was made as
Though you
just
tried
Naya.
to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, The part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it.
What if
It's
you
an
could?
integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy."
Wow.
How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Okay.
When I touched the hilt for the first time,
Oh, there we go.
it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension.
Now, are you going to explain this one
It
as
was
well?
somewhere I've never been.
Because
A
we've been...
bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight.
Oh, it's what the
His
Isshin
breaths
Blade
were
saw.
weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow.
It was the
the
Blade's
Blade's
memory.
wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Isshin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths.
So does this mean Kazuha could know who was responsible for this as well?
He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods.
That power came
All
from the
he wanted to
Torigami,
show
right?
was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
It's not.
Yes, it is too late.
Kazuha isn't too late.
Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and
Kazuha,
check
you can
in.
help him. Aren't you a bladesmith as well? Of the Isshin art itself?
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder.
He's calmer.
What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Come on.
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle.
Okay.
Alas, after that,
Oh.
he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
I see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryu Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention?
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here.
Yeah.
In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Oh, well? Oh. Alright. Fulfill the cursed blade's wish. Oh, is that why Kazuha has the sword and he chooses to duel against the samurai in that image? Sorry.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
That was a much more relaxed occasion.
Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Here you go.
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Isshin art,
There's the
Kaedehara
screenshot.
Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art. Amenoma Yuuya.
That's cool.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
One with nature. Compared to the storms I've been. The wind knows me. Time to get back. Wind strider. Time to go. Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience.
That was cool.
There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Isshin.
Is Kazuha speaking? Oh my god, his
I
mouth is
strayed
moving.
far from the straight
just
and narrow
noticed that.
path, but the Isshin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
Sure.
What does he want to go there for?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
He wants to join Kazuha. He wants Kazuha to become his new master, remember? And we saw like 2 screenshots. Now I think, and we're missing one, and I think that is what's about to happen next. And it's the screenshot that I also talked about as well.
It's Yuuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Isshin Blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton
Oh, they
Sango
did?
Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he okay?
Yes, badly wounded.
Oh wow.
But he will live. And now that Yuuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one
Fourth
after
wall
all.
breaking.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
What? No way!
No,
Hasn't
no,
it
no.
learned its lesson?
It's not that.
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Kazuha knows as well.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
I trust your judgment.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
Do what you have to do.
My power is almost spent.
Just screenshot.
Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon
This
the
is
future
one.
to give everything I have in
Now
this
remember one.
moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes, the cost is my entire consciousness.
He's giving it up.
You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Isshin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies.
There it is.
Isshin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Isshin Blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by
Wait,
all.
what?
I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my
What's your
mind.
name?
Kagotsurube Isshin.
Kagotsurube Isshin.
This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
Oh.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Isshin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
The remnants of the defeated gods are nothing to scoff at.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations.
That's not have
Hearing
you.
his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way.
Wow.
After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha?
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
And there is the segue. Thank you, Kaedehara Kazuha.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation. And it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
I think I know what's going to be. That scene. Ah. I'm gonna give my thoughts at the end, but goddamn, that was kind of sad to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
Ah, you've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amenoma Yuuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Isshin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaedehara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Isshin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
Amazing.
I see. I understand.
The Kaedehara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya.
That conflict has still not been resolved
That
yet.
would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
Wherever the wind leads him, I suppose.
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now. As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
How fitting.
Mr. Nagato's survival is the one silver lining in this whole catastrophe. We will continue to monitor his condition and hope he recovers soon.
That's good. That's good to hear. Although I only recently got him, and then even though it may not be that good for him, I feel like it'd be criminal if I haven't done this for him. Kakatsurube Isshin. That is the sword's true name. That was the thing I've been hiding for a while in this door quest. Why? I feel like you guys you already knew about this by now. This is the free weapon that you get in this update. Kakatsurube Isshin, a long blade of the color of blood, upon which has been bestowed the name Isshin. It is remarkably sharp and vividly ominous. It said that this blade can easily cleave through porous bamboo basket and the water within it before the latter can even leak out. People often say that the body of your blade rests in the blade's spirit. That it is natural to assume that the blade forged by the Taragami is dwelled by the demon of malice. The renowned blade, Kakatsurube Isshin, is forged by the swordsmith Akame Kananaga, who has failed to become the lead blacksmith. Though not forged by the head of the innocent swordsmith, this blade was not made in the nation of thunder and jade steel, but in a snow-covered land in the far north. If beheld in the moonlight, the blade's hammer would look like as if they were flowing, like the blood and tears of a wayfaring wanderer. That the Taragami is pure malice by nature. It bears resentment against mortal desire. Swords are merely instruments of misfortune. Without wickedness, they will not birth slaughter. Without hate, they will never know the taste of blood. Isshin is the stillness of the mind, free of distractions. The purity of desire empowers the swordsmith to forge tirelessly. But by this broken resentment against living beings is the metal from which the blade that kills shall be forged. In their frenzied passion to practice Isshin, the Akame school have always pursued the forging of a killer blade that can reach the extremes of lethality. As such, the body and mind of the members of the Akame school were often withdrawn in short span, their hearts venomously graven. But the blades made by the Akame school were keen indeed, but many of them have some evil within that ultimately led to the school itself being regarded by the authorities as undesirable. For this, the reason, the Akame school position that the leader of the Isshin passed down from Mitsunaga did not last 3 generations before rescinded by the authorities. After that, the Akame Kananaga was involved in the case of the eccentric and committed treason. This led him to change his name and leave for a snow-covered nation in the far north, to make a humble living in the land ruled by imperious ice. The only wish of the deceased Kaedehara was to see the Isshin art celebrated by those who understood the sword's beauty, but the swordsmith, the blade, and the Targami were all tools and tools for the people to wield. I spent half my life in pursuit of the vanity that is the Isshin art. It was turned out that I became another, Kaedehara. What is done is done. My only hope is that the sword born of the ice and frost will not be as weak as the useless title. The Kaedehara clan were master swordsmiths who works best symbolized Masa Gomaru style, while the Niwa clan were humble and diligent, skilled in clay tempering. In their frenzied passion to practice Isshin, the Akami school had always pursued the forging of a killer blade that could reach the extremes of lethality. As he passed away in the midst of vast snow, the man only wished to forge a renowned blade with which to restore the name of the Kaedehara and win back the recognition of the people. I'll look into them on my own. That is something for you guys to look into as well. I'm sorry for my terrible reading. Now, on Twitter, Genshin Impact released the sword and named it as the Cursed Sword. However, I guess they chose to change the name into the new weapon, being, of course, Kagosurube Isshin, focusing on attack percent and its skill. Isshin are clearly, when a normal charge of punching attacks an opponent, it will open a healing gale, dealing AoE damage equal to 180% of the attack, increasing attack by 50% for 8 seconds. And yeah, that is that. Overall, the story quest, really good. Honestly, it was easy predictable with the information that I got, and looking at some of the screenshots of the special program, the story was kind of predictable, I guess. But that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. I love how they referenced the Erodori Festival, and we actually went into more detail of the Raiden Gokuden and exactly what happened as well. But still leave a bit of that foreshadowing for what could end up being, I guess, Cosmo's encounter with maybe Scaramouche. Traveling the regions also gives Cosmo another motive to pursue on, and a motive that could have been lost in an event is brought back in this. Because even before this character story quest came out, I knew from the event that Cosmo was not going to stay in Inazuma. He was going to choose to stay, he was going to choose to explore and travel just like me. Just like us, the travelers. But this just gives them another reason in the main storyline, in the main quest, for him to travel. And I think that's a good thing. We needed something like this. And honestly, I'm glad that this historic quest actually came to being, and I'm kind of glad this is the note we're ending off for Inazuma. A bit of a nice segue, a bit of foreshadowing into what could be our journey into Sumeru. But for now, we have other stuff to deal with. Cosmo's story quest is not the only one that's new in this, because we are going back to familiar territories. I'll see you guys next time when that time comes. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more Genshin content, and leave your thoughts on Cosmo's story quest. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What was wrong with it? What did you like about it? All those fun stuff. And as the villagers are about to kill me, okay, never mind. But yes, beyond that, ACairconditioner is signing out. Have a good one, guys, and stay safe out there, okay?